Okay. Hello, my name is Kiki and welcome to my channel. If you're here, you may resonate with my frequency, or at least you have been drawn to one of the piles here on the board. Please choose a pile from 1, 2, or 3 here, and I want to see what's kind of coming into your energy. Pause the video if you have to, but we are going to move right into this reading. Okay, so the first pile here is this one right here, which is this amethyst. So let's see what's happening in this collective. Ancestors, angels, and my guides. What's happening here? Ancestors, angels, and my guides. So show me what's happening in pile number 1. Show me what's up. Oh. Okay. Show me what is happening here. Anything else about what is happening in pile number 1? Okay, so we have at the bottom of the deck the 2 of chalices, so that's a really interesting start. But let's see, I'm going to change how I'm sitting. I'm sorry. I like to sit like this. Okay, so let's see. What's this? So we have the 7 of chalices in reverse. So that, first off, does talk about illusions and deceptions and not seeing things that for the truth as they are. Since we have this Ace of Pentacles in reverse too, that can indicate like just false opportunities. We also have like this 3 of Pentacles in reverse here too, so there is this sense of things not being truly revealed to you correctly. You also have this Knight of Wands with the Hanged Man in reverse, which does talk about feeling overwhelmed to the point of that you're kind of being forced to take a rest due to your external circumstances. But we also had the Empress to come out too at the end. So let's just move everything else slightly over. So I think for here, like in terms of what's happening in your energy, I feel like you may be very lost of what you're to do because you feel like you've been putting a lot of time into a certain endeavor of yours and you don't really see it panning out for you the way you want it to. However, there's this big energy of rest here, but the fun thing about I like that the Empress is here too with the 2 of chalices. Oh, okay. So with the 2 of chalices, that does talk about romance, so there might be some form of romance coming into your life here, which will lead to an end of like your situation, and things are going to kind of move forward. But the 7 of Swords energy I'm not really a big fan of with that Hierophant, so there is just other instigators, but we're going to get some clarifiers and see more what's up. Let's see, let's get some details. Ancestors, angels, and my guides. Let's see what's up and what's happening. Show me what's up with that 7 of chalices in reverse. Because this 7 of chalices, the 7 of cups is all about like fantasies, then options, juggling lots of things. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles here, which talks about a new opportunity. But I feel like with the 3 of Swords, there was some form of grief as well. And with the 10 of Wands in reverse, there's a sense of you hyper focusing on the bad reality. Because I feel like right here, it shows that you have a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things you're trying to juggle, and you're trying to make really steady movements forward, but you're unsure of how to do that, right? So let's see what's happening with this Ace of Pentacles here. What's happening with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse here? So we have the Knight of Swords. We have Ace of Cups as well as the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So there is this energy of kind of not feeling like you're accomplishing things as well as you want to. The 5 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, you may feel like you're not, like their work is not coming to a full conclusion. You may be might be not really focusing on what truly matters in front of you as well. Let's see what happens with this 3 of Pentacles here. Okay. What's happening with the 3 of Pentacles? Anything else about what's happening with the 3 of Pentacles? Okay, so we had the Emperor come out first, which is in the 4 of Swords in reverse. So there's this big sense of you feeling like all the hard work you put in, like you're not sure if it's actually like going to lead to something. I think that's what's painful for you. There's this sense of you've been working on something for so long, and it's not really getting anywhere. You kind of are tired, and you want to take a time out. And I think that's what it is. You've definitely been working really hard, and you just want a time out, right? And there's this sense of like you want to be further than where you are now, and I think that's what's up. So I mean, you want to move a certain connection to another level, but it's not going there, and you're unsure of how to make that step forward, and that's why there's this imbalance here, and there's a lot of this confusion of what to do next. And for others of you, this feels more so like work, and you're just like, I'm not. I thought I would be in a different place than I am now, and you thought like focusing. You did all the things you thought you were supposed to. You're not really. And you're like not sure what you want to do anymore. It's not. There's a sense of like you're not fully satisfied where you are, but you're unsure what you want to do next. And I think that's just this energy from this. So it's up with the. Okay, so I was thinking of this Knight of Wands in reverse. Anything else? Okay, so the Eight of Chalices in reverse here at the bottom too. So you had the Lovers come out. So with the Knight of Wands, you might have, for a few of you, there is a signs of a romantic relationship here that has to do with a fire sign of some sorts. Definitely, that'd be like your Aries, your Leo, or your Sagittarius. And there's definitely like some romance here, and like there's a lot of happiness. There is a lot of celebration and joy, and there's a sense of that definitely working hard and making plans here as well. For a few of you, if you're wondering about a relationship, that's what's coming up there. But the Eight of Cups in reverse. So this card, like this cup card, always represents like networking and being interchangeable, and as well as like research and looking into things. But in reverse, it kind of talk about like obsessing as well. So there is like a cautiousness of obsessing and getting too overwhelmed in the relationship as well. So do give yourself like a room to like have fun and be like, remember there's like friendship is an important part of relationships as well. And I don't feel bad from this card. Like it's if there was like the energy of like, oh, if like I saw like this any negative cards, I would be like, I want to take it weird. But in this case, like you had like the Sun come up too in that Two of Pentacles, and I feel like that's just like this whole energy of like you like it's a very positive and healthy connection here. So I think that's really good. Oh yeah, definitely very healthy, very balanced. Let's see what's happening with this Hanged Man here. And like, okay, so this is like all about like being forced to have rest and forced to like be like secluded. So there's definitely the sense of you feeling not in complete control of yourself, and you don't believe in fully what you're feeling as well. So like I said, there's a sense of like you doubting yourself here, and this is peak energy of that, and you coming up with all these like these illusions in your head and not feeling confident where you are, even though you are doing the work. But the good thing at the end is that you do have the Empress. So let's see like what the Empress is about. Let's see. What is the Empress about? So yeah, so you're starting to juggle things. You're starting to get more like you're gonna overcome these challenges and these blocks, and you're gonna embrace yourself. There's gonna be a change of some sort that's just gonna shake up your whole dynamic. Yeah, there resistance to change. Okay, I'm just gonna shuffle, and if they come out, they come out, right? That's how that works. Okay, anything else about the Empress here, Spirit? Oh, Spirit. The Seven of Swords, yeah, definitely a lot about looking into some stuff, start getting more information, starting to plan things. The Seven of Swords as well can be known as a thief card as well. So the Tower can indicate getting some news as well, like some really shocking news. So some of you may be receiving some really shocking news coming soon as well. That's going to change your dynamic, and it's going to cause the end of a cycle of some sort. Anything else? Anything else? Okay, now. So at the back, we have the Ten of Chalices in reverse. Yeah, so there's definitely this sense of, like, you not being fully satisfied where you are. And that's, like, that's just about finding more inspiration. Some of you do have a romantic partner that you worry about because you're like there's a sense of you like overthinking and not being sure what you want to do next and where you're heading towards and things. So we're going to pull from a different deck. I'm going to leave those cards up because I'm going to keep using this as clarifiers if I need to add clarifiers over the messages. But let's see. Let's add to this message here today, Spirit. Ancestors, angels, and my guides. Please add to this message here today. Any additional messages about what's for pile 1 here today? Anything else? Any additional messages? Okay, no. So at the bottom, we have adjustments are required. Adjustments are required. So there's definitely a sense of you having to work on things. Like I said, there's a sense that you don't like fully believe in yourself. But you like need to work on that. Yeah, you are good enough because you have to remind yourself that and don't let your past hold you back. So like this, like what you're feeling, the self-doubt you're feeling, like you are good enough to succeed. That you don't have to like believe because like let's say like you think there are some people who are more ahead than you. You don't have to be worried about that. Like everyone runs at their own space. You are good enough. You are on the path you are meant to be on. So just take it one step at a time. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't allow like your past, like your all these feelings you feel here be like don't hold on to it too much. Adjust yourself and start to like move forward. All right. So let's pull from the stack here. So ancestors, angels, my guides. Ooh. Any additional messages here? Anything else? Anything else? Okay. So at the bottom we have mirror. What is what is triggering you? So this is all about like this card can represent a lot of like looking internally into yourself, understand like looking at yourself truly and trying to understand what you've been through. And that's why you have to make all these adjustments because that's something you're working on, is looking into yourself and understanding what you're going through is just a part of your journey in life. It doesn't make up your whole personality. And especially with the warrior woman, this is very much that Empress energy as well, right? Which is about like answering your deepest call and taking charge and moving forth. I also think of this card as like very close to the Queen of Swords, who's a very intelligent person as well. So this person's they make plans and they are very sharp in their words and they're very direct in their approach. And that's what I feel from this. There is also this sense of feeling guarded as well though with this card. So that may be like you may have some boundaries you put up from your past that you're being asked to work on. So, and you're allowed to be vulnerable with people. And I feel like that's a good message with this person, is that because you have that little bit of, they make you happy, but you're unsure of like energy there. Like, don't let that hold you back from getting close to this person because you are good enough. You are good enough for love and how people treat you. You're allowed to take those things as good, like just good vibes, right? So let's see. Ancestors, angels, and my guides. Ooh. Let's see. Anything else here? Anything else here? Anything else? Okay, Waking the Lion. Some of you may be Leos. Oh, and okay, we also have the Uncharted Sea on the bottom. Let's talk about this part first. So this is all about like entering into an undiscovered journey, as well as like trying new things out and getting out there. So some of you may be going to travel soon as a way to get out of your own comfort zone and like starting to like go explore the world. And not just exploring the world either. It could definitely also just mean like exploring yourself and the things you do and never understood about yourself and where you're heading towards. Waking the Lion is also Leo energy, but this may also just represent like being extremely confident in who you are, and embracing your uniqueness, embracing your energy, and embracing everything that like makes you happy and what makes you like just feel like wonderful, right? So there's definitely this sense of like you need to understand you are wonderful and that you are allowed to embrace your boldness, embrace your passions, embrace your uniqueness, and start to charge out there. And don't let any of your past hurt hold you back, and you have to understand what's holding you back as a way to be able to let it go, right? So I am going to pull from my deck, but let's kind of get rid of this. Let's see. Any added information for what's going on here? Ooh. Any added information about what's going on here? Any added information? Any added information? Let's see. Any added information? So we're not going to take all of that. We're going to just throw all that back. And then one more time. Anything else? Okay, so we'll leave it there. So we have fourth house influence on the bottom of the deck. It says family is involved. Look towards your inner child. And that could be what's holding you back, is like what happened to you in your youth, or if you had some past trauma in your life, or even let's say like there is just certain things that you grew up with that you're not sure of how they're still kind of affecting you to this day. So let's kind of just. So we have judgment. So decisiveness, composed judgment calls. And you also have Leo energy, stubborn. Leo energy twice. So some of you may just be a Leo, or that's maybe in your chart, like sun rising, moon, or like your Mars. So we have stubborn energy, pride is involved. So that may be like what's holding you back in your family. So there's all this talk about pride. You have celebrate your achievements, so you do have some wins coming towards you. You have lack of self-belief can lead to blocked power. Uncontrolled outbursts can become issues and what can be unwanted. And that may have been what's happened in your life that caused like you to not be sure like how to like affect you now. Like I said, there's a sense of like having your past hold you back, right? So then you may have had like some moments where like there were outbursts and there were just times where things just didn't work as well as you like. You have Aries energy here, so lots of fire energy. So don't rush. Sometimes being impatient is self-sabotage, so that's something you may have a tendency to do. You might try to rush change really a lot, assuming it's going to work out, but then that leads to some form of self-sabotage. And like gossip you have like gossip here with this Gemini energy, so there's some sense of like gossip may affect you a lot too, and that's something that may hold you back as well, is that you like were a victim of like a malicious gossip, and like you put boundaries up in specific ways, and that kind of affects how you do certain things. But that's a specific message for some of you. But there's also this sense of the gossip is happening around you. You have June here, maybe an important month. You have the word now. Yeah, belief is shown through sharing knowledge and shown through sharing. Knowledge is a conventional form of conformity. So this is all like about sharing and allowing for intimacy. And then you have unexpected change. Revelations could cause disruptions. Loss can cause confusion and pain. But the thing is, this is also the Tower card in traditional tarot. So this does talk about just like having change lead to upheavals, or as well as having change just cause disruptions, which lead to growth. And that's what's going to happen with you. I feel like that's because it's going to be unexpected as well, because just the cards that came up too. I think like you had like the Hanged Man, and can talk about like being forced to rest. All right, and then but there is this sense of like there is going to be like a change to yourself because you've been done all this work, you've been soul searching, because you were forced to kind of see things from different perspectives, because you had to work on all the things you were juggling before, right? So I think, yeah. And then like at the end of the day, like that's just kind of how it is. I'm going to pull one like romance card to see kind of like how to bring more love into your life. Not really love specifically, but just like how to share, like pull up your energy and like have it connect more to love. Let's see. Let's see, one card from here. Or not. So we have take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever on the bottom. So this is all about just allowing for vulnerability, and I think that's what I was saying with that person in regards to that relationship. We have simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. So definitely be kind to those around you, because it'll just lead to more joy. Also be honest with your person and the people around you, because honesty is like an extremely important thing for you. You have love is all around you. There is love all the time. Simply acknowledge the truth. And this is all about just be honest and be open. And don't let your past hold you back from allowing people into your life and making those adjustments to have them around you. Because of whatever you've been going through, definitely be open with people about what's going on. Let's see. Any additional messages here, Spirit? Any additional messages? And anything else? Anything else? Okay, so we have peaceful resolution. You are going to have a peaceful resolution of some sort. There's going to be some opportunity that has some success, but it's not going to happen right away. Trust in the divine that it will happen, and it's that the situation will improve. Okay, so you have a reconsider, so there will be a chance for you to reconsider having some actions you were supposed to take before, so something's going to come back around for you, and you're being asked to remain positive. Listen to your intuition and trust that you're going on the right path, but you also had a no, and I feel like this no has to do with just some decisions you are trying to make. Remember that, like, no, you don't have to hold yourself back from doing what you need to do, doing what you want to do, and that you are deserving of happiness. There's also, this talks more about rest. Well, let's see. 8 swords. Yeah. Yeah, there's a really big need for you just to kind of plan and allow things to come in the time they may, because then that will lead to your peaceful resolution, but it's not going to happen right away. And you have a lot of things you need to work on and reconsider going and like what happened and how you're going for it to truly kind of end up in the place you want it to. So definitely like try to figure a lot of things out first. But the situation will improve, but there's lots of time before you actually get there. But I think that's all I have for you, pile number 1. If this message did help, just like let me know. Thank you. Like, yeah, just drop in the comments, like comment, subscribe, let me know what's up. If you want to know, like, if you want like other videos, just kind of like mention them and I'll like put them on my roster. But that's all I have for pile number 1. Okay. But hi, pile number 2. Here is your message. Let's see kind of what's being attracted into your life right now. Ancestors, okay, let's go. Ancestors, angels, and my guides, who's add to this message here today. Show me what's happening with pile number 2. Show me what's happening with pile number 2. Let's see what's happening with pile number 2. Okay, so we're gonna stop there. 2 of Cups. This card keeps coming up today. It came up in pile number 1, so some of you may be from pile number 1, maybe. Or like, if you're watching straight through, that's fine. So we have the Page of Wands to be the first card to come out. We also have the Star right afterwards. I'm gonna go from this card. We have the 10 of Wands here as well. Yeah, that 5 of Pentacles. So let's say like, we have the 7 of Wands in reverse, and then the 7 of Pentacles in reverse as well, though. So I want to grab some clarifiers first, because this is kind of like goes very interestingly enough. It's like, is this you or is this this may actually pertain to a relationship of sorts. So kind of let me just like pull a few clarifiers and like see, okay, so if it's you or you're a person, because okay, so this may pertain to a relationship that ended with a particular like King of Pentacles person that like broke your heart. Yeah, this definitely, this King energy could have been a King of Pentacles, King of Earth, an Earth sign or a water sign. They were very overwhelmed. They were juggling many options, and like they kind of moved away from you, and but they were trying to work hard towards taking a new opportunity towards you, because you are like the Empress here, but there's stuff that looks like they're stopping them. because here it does talk about like this person kind of feeling very heavy in their own burdens, right? They like, but they have like hope. Whether this is you or you're like a person that's into you, there's a, because it's the thing is, there's a romantic connection here, but it's not. I'm not sure if it's your energy or somebody else's. So let's see, because it could just be a mixture of like kind of both. Like you may feel like you're left out in the cold from being separated from a specific connection. This connection definitely could have carried some burdens onto you. You finally decided to let it go, but it hurt for a while, and you're kind of stuck, like trying to overcome challenges, but you're not actually, because you have still a lot of hope in this connection. But that could also be the end too. So let's see. What's this page of wands about? What's this page of wands about? What's the page of wands about? What's the page of wands about? Okay. Let's see. So, there's definitely some form of imbalance here with the Justice card at the end of the day. Like the Justice card in reverse does, whenever I think of it, I think about, in this deck, the Justice card is literally like a hand dropping a knight freely, and it's like an indecisive moment of wondering if you're truly right or not. And with this energy of this deck, I always feel like just the way how the energy off the deck always makes me feel, because it's a sense of feeling overwhelmed, and as well as allowing your emotions consume you. So there's this sense of feeling extremely overwhelmed because of a decision that was made here. There is this sense like you two, like if this is an actual connection, because it does feel like a connection, that you guys may be dreaming of each other, and like you guys have this intuitive understanding between the two of you. But there is this sense there is still kind of a form of distance here, because like there is just this, like the King of Swords is a very, like the swords court cards always, like I feel as though they are colder court cards, and there's this sense of like distance here with this card as well, because they're overwhelmed with what they're feeling, and they're just trying to make plans. But there's still like distance here too in this card too. There's a sense of like you're close, but you're not making the full step forward. Let's see what this Star card's about. What's the Star card about, Spirit? We have the Four of Wands, which is about celebration. Since you have hope, celebration. Okay, so for right now, there is hope, but there is still rest. There is a delay. There is, that's probably why you guys are also dreaming of each other, because there is this sense of letting go. I love the Star card in this deck because it's literally like a girl like falling into the sea, kind of, because she has so much faith and belief that she's taking a leap of faith. But I feel like that leap of faith is being blocked because it's being thought about, and it's being like practically made as what solutions to be made there, because this person's focusing on their own internal dilemma and their own internal distance in themselves. And there's this sense of them having like all of these things they're juggling still, and these burdens that they're carrying. So let's see, what's about this? Yeah, okay. So all these tens, they're like, this cycle is going to end, but it's because they're focusing on just this stuff here. So they're definitely focusing on their physical, tangible things. They have a lot of responsibilities, and they're overcoming a lot of their obstacles, and they're like accomplishing their to-do list like one by one, especially with these two wands. And I love the Wands card in this deck because it just reminds me of just working diligently towards your goal. But this one also talks about just understanding that you're closing to the end of your burdens, right? And you're also focusing on this 10, 10, 10. You might be seeing a lot of 10s as well, right, with all this 10 energy here. So there is this sense of this completion of a cycle. But like I said, there's still like, it's interesting like this because the energy feels close, but it's not there yet. Like there's still things that they're working towards, and they're still internal searching. And then like the Five of Pentacles just makes it seem like they feel left out in the cold, and they're not sure what to do next because then there's all these blocks, right? So, that's always That's frustrating energy. Very frustrating. Let's see. What's the Seven of Pentacles about here? What's the Seven of Pentacles about? So we have Temperance. So there is this sense of reminiscing. There is this sense of like wanting this form of happiness here, but they're unsure of how to do it. They're definitely probably like sitting there, like as there's a separation, this is definitely them like sitting there like stalking your social media, wondering like, why can't that be me? And then they're overwhelmed because they're like unsure of what to do with themselves, because they see, yeah, because they reminisce on the past with you and what happened with you as well. Oh my. Okay, so this person, man, I like, these are always so interesting because I always believe like if you really wanted to be with a person, like, yeah, it's hard, but this, explain that to people. Like, use your words. Like, communicating literally solves everything. So, like, I think just in terms of what's attracting your energy, I feel like this is just like an update more so on your situation with somebody that you're like romantically interested in, but you're unsure of where it's going. This particular pile here, at least. The other pile one was a completely different reading, to be honest. So, but let's see. The Seven of Wands in reverse. What's that energy? What's up with that Seven of Wands in reverse? What's up? Ooh. I'm not gonna take all of that, but I'm gonna take 3. So we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords. Yeah, like I said, like this person does see like this type of like happiness in this future with you, but there are complications getting towards you because there's like stuff they're going on behind the scenes, right? So there's definitely this sense of them just like not be, like they want to be there and they keep like working on it and they feel like they're always so close, but then something else stops them and they come into some form of conflict and they are not sure how to overcome that obstacle. And it's like the more they try to head towards you, the more obstacles they find in themselves or even like in their situation around them, because they just never feel like they'll be good enough. All right. So let's see. What's the Seven of Pentacles in reverse about? What's the Seven of Pentacles in reverse about? What's the Seven of Pentacles in reverse about? Okay. So the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. That's, yeah. So like there's, okay. So there's this resistance here that's causing this delay because it's like they keep trying to like plant seeds, but they're not realizing that if they just like looked up, they could do, it's like right there in front of their face, right? And there's like this sense of them not like this is a very romantic guy, but I always think of this guy as he's just distracted. Like he knows he could do what he could do what he needs to, but he's distracted and like he doesn't, like he knows he could be this caring and this kind and loving person, but he's not doing it because he's just so focused on his own like thing that he's not realizing that his goal's right in front of him and it's not, and he could get out of this and he could just continue forward because he can't offer this towards you. It's just he keeps making excuses as to why he's not. And I think that's like the energy here. And honestly, don't stay with a person like this. Well, like you can if you want, but like that's kind of, it's just annoying energy in my opinion, right? Because like it's not they don't have feelings, just they don't know how to get over their own selves. And it's like, just communicate. Like say, oh, I want to, but I'm busy these XYZ days, you want to do this day. If you don't have any ability to put in any effort because you think, oh my god, this, that, then like work on yourself, bud. Okay, but let's see. Ancestors, angels, and my guides, please add to this message here today. What else is happening in pile number 2? Meditate and contemplate with Pisces energy. So you have to step out of your comfort zone as well. And that's okay. And we had like, it's time to take action and that. And nothing will come from the situation. So yeah, and a time for healing. So like for you, I think you are like healing from this person, and I think you want to finally kind of decide like, I don't really want to be in this wishy-washy energy, and like you're starting to take this, it's like action towards yourself and start to get more comfortable in doing your own thing. You may be someone who's been with like normally in some of you may only like normally be in relationships, and now you're like, no, I'm okay, I'm going to go chill on my own for a little bit. Or like even this is other energy of like you are not going to wait for this person, now you're starting to do things off on your own a lot more. You're very close to achieving a goal. Also a really good reminder of like you're gonna do your own thing. You are gonna end up like being in your own like spotlight, in your own objective lifestyle. And like this, and like you're gonna find balance in yourself because you're gonna start doing the things you're desired yourself to do, because you're like, screw this person, you don't need to be with them, right? And that's like awesome. If the person doesn't have the guts to be with you, you can't do much about it. So just let them do their own thing. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, then you can't do much there, right? There's billions of people out there. But we attach ourselves to one, right? But let's see. Any additional messages for this? Oh, see, you're clinging. Yeah, there's a sense of clinging on. Okay, so we have double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So some of you may have been put on like this earth as a way to like put so much positive energy, put so much healing energy into people, and that could be why you're so attached to this person too. It's like because you thought there was this connection here, because you guys definitely seem to resonate with one another, so you thought like you were a part of each other's healing journey. But there's also this sense of you have other missions, so you don't have to be completely focused on this one thing. You have both a no and a yes though, so I'm gonna look into that. You have where are you being called to journey to, so you're definitely being asked to kind of like do a lot of soul searching, and definitely focus this thing that you're clinging on to. You have to understand like why are you clinging on to it. The crumbling is all about like having those breakthrough moments in yourself and letting go of the things you need to let go of. And interestingly enough, like since these two cards are like right above each other, I didn't expect I kind of just put them there. There's this sense of like you having to work on that, and it causes big disruptive shifts inside of yourself because of this lightning energy too. I just like when I see lightnings, I just think of like sudden change, right? Let's grab some clarifiers. We got time. Let's see. Ancestors, angels, and my guides, please clarify the no, please. Please clarify the no. Please clarify the no. So okay, so there was deception there, and like you don't like, so you weren't like crazy, and like you are like getting out of this situation. You're gonna do a lot of like internalizing, and you are gonna find more emotional fulfillment, and that's gonna come from you kind of relaxing and taking a break from things and just kind of focusing on your own self. There are gonna be hard moments as well though, so don't like be prepared. It's not gonna just be like all like sunshines and rainbows, but you are gonna have a lot of moments to enjoy having fun with people, and you are gonna have some achievements as well, so don't like think you aren't. Let's see what's up with the yes then, Spirit. What's happening with the yes? So we have the Emperor, so you are definitely going to get into that Emperor energy and start taking action, moving towards yourself. Things are going to take a little bit of time because it's not going to just happen right away with that being in reverse. There is going to be change, but it's going to take some time because you're going to be asked to kind of do some like rest as well as meditate. Definitely a lot about meditating and like embracing your nurturing side to yourself as well. Focus on yourself as in like what you want and your own desires and your own instincts, and do some manifesting on your goals and your future, what you desire, and start running towards that and start encouraging yourself and facing that strength inside of yourself. Yep, and start releasing the things that no longer serve you. Okay, that's a good, nice little message. So let's see, we're going to pull from some oracle decks to kind of get more details of more pictures, because that one's done. let's get from this guy. So any additional messages here, Spirit? Any additional messages? And ooh, any additional messages? Okay, so at the bottom we have earth magic, and this is all about grounding yourself. And I feel like, and this is also talking about like realigning yourself into your most pure being. So I feel like that's what you're kind of doing. And perfect harmony does talk about having some balance, and there is going to be a lot for you to celebrate further achievements. And you're definitely unlocking some new internal realizations in yourself. You are moving towards a good future here, so I would definitely take these all as like plus signs of like what's kind of going on. Let's pull from just one romance card to see like one romance card. Good. Let's see what's happening here, Spirit. Ooh. What's happening here? What's happening here? So we have slow down on the bottom of the deck. So that says pause and allow things to unfold. So like I said, there was a lot about just having rest and taking a moment of introspection and just allowing yourself things to happen in time, because there is a need for patience. You have to be willing to express love to receive love. And that's all about just like tuning yourself into that right frequency of like abundance and love, and allowing things to come to you and allowing you to be grateful for what they are as well. So let's see. Let's pull from my deck. Oh my god, look, my number 2. Ancestors, angels, and my guides. Any additional information here about what's going on in this pile here? Any additional information about what's going on in this pile here? Any additional information about what's going on? Ooh, it's not a lot when I come out, but let's see. Any additional messages about this person, what's going on here? Any additional messages? Okay, so we're going to stop there. So at the bottom, we have the waxing gibbous moon. Be mindful of your actions both internally and externally. And this is always just asking you to kind of review what you're doing, to always do reflection. Reflection is really good for you as well. I feel like reflections are just times of like introspection, congratulating yourself for how far you've grown as a person, because we're like always growing. Never think like just because like you made past mistakes doesn't mean you can't learn and grow from them, because you are not your past, you are what you make yourself to be. So if you have in the next few days there is going to be an end to a cycle here for you, and you're going to have a new journey of some sorts. This is going to have you go through some form of like realization and probably shake some of your own beliefs. Taking a moment for introspection. Oh my god, think about your goals. Yeah, introspection's fine. Do some reflecting. Reflect on what you want, what you desire, what's really working for you. You definitely need to work on some negative patterns, because you have negative patterns lead to disconnection. Stagnation is a sign of detachment, and that's something that like you should work on. You have victory is achieved from overcoming obstacles. Success comes from self-discipline and determination. So there's definitely the sense of you working really hard on yourself and going towards your own goals here as well. You have luck is on your side. Upheaval and change is on your path. A decisive moment is here. And that's probably going to happen in November. You're going to have a really big moment where there's going to lead to some form of success. You have a yes here as well. So again, manipulation is another form of trickery. Lack of mental clarity leads to trustworthiness, and I think that's kind of like what kept holding you back in terms of this person as well, because we had like this person, right? And I think this is just a sense of like, let go of this person, work on your own self, have introspection, and like sometimes you let go of connections and focus back on yourself. Yeah, just focus back on yourself and work hard on what you desire. To start listening to your intuition as well is what I get from here. We're going to pull for one more deck, and I think we're going to end that message here. Ooh. Whatever. Let's see. Ancestors, angels, and my guides. Let's end this message here and see any additional messages on what's happening for pile number 2. Any additional messages about what's happening for pile number 2. Yes, the situation will improve. Yes, your situation's you're getting out of this. And especially over the next few weeks, there's something better that's going to come. Let's see. Any additional messages about what's going on here? Let's see. Okay, so we have opportunity. There's definitely going to be some success coming towards you that's going to lead to some form of abundance. There's something better definitely coming towards you over the next few weeks in this regards. There's this sense that, yes, there's going to be a compromise in your situation, and things are going to definitely improve for yourself. I'm going to see what this unlikely is about, though. Ancestors, angels, and my guides. What's this unlikely about? Okay, so yeah, if this is about that romantic connection, it's unlikely. There's definitely something about traditional beliefs here that definitely could have been rocked as well, and that's why things are kind of the way they are as well. The Hierophant does talk about having some form of like karmic relationship, and this definitely was a partnership of some sort that could have been extremely solid. And there's definitely a lot about like wishing for things to come back together here too for a few of you. But for now, just let go of this person and kind of like do your own research and do your own thinking and like work on your emotional stability, because there's a sense this person may have like hidden things from you. Definitely just work on your own stability. Yeah, and then you're gonna reach your goals, and you're gonna kind of just have to just release this person for now. But I just feel like that's the energy here you should do for this person. But I think that's all I have for your message. Thank you for tuning in. If you like, if you want, like, you could like, you could comment, you could subscribe. I definitely want to hear more about what's going on here. So just if you can let me know a comment, let me know what's up. And if you have any ideas of what you want to do for my next any of my other videos, just let me know. Drop it in the comments, and I'll definitely add it to the list of what I plan to do. I think that's all I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you. But let's move on. Whew. Okay, pile number 3. Let's see. We're gonna pull some cards and just kind of see what you're attracting and see what's up. So, ancestors, angels, and my guides. Let's see what's happening for pile number 3. The Wanderer. Let's see. Any additional messages? Okay, so the bottom, there is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You have the 2 Pentacles here. Oh my, poor these cards, man. I feel so bad. I've had this deck for so long. So you have the 10 of Pentacles. You have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Oh, poor card. You have the King of Wands in upright, the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, and then you have the 3 of Pentacles as well in reverse. So there's definitely this sense of you trying to juggle things, and things becoming overwhelming for you. There's definitely this sense you feel cheated as well, because you're like, you may be putting in a lot of work, but you don't see any of it becoming successful right now. So there's definitely this big sense of feeling frustrated right now here. You may be feeling really overwhelmed because you've just been doing a lot of work, and it's like you've been juggling many things right now, and you're kind of like, you're kind of tired because you just feel like you're kind of getting, like, everything's not really, like, the way you want it to be yet. Oh, okay. Let's see about some clarifiers, though. Please clarify this message. Okay. So... Okay, since you have both Judgment and Justice both in upright, there's definitely this sense of you making a really big decision here, and you may like be kind of regretful of the decision because it made a lot of big changes around in your life, and you're unsure of like you being in complete control still. But there is this sense of like, for some of you, like, you made a very big composed judgment call that kind of forced you to do some searching, and it kind of was overwhelming at first. You're not fully seeing the fruits of the labor yet, so you're unsure if it's going to be successful. But the Wheel of Fortune also represent future success down the line, though. So I feel like you may have made some big decisions that you kind of thought would like come back right away, but didn't come back right away, and you're being asked to have some kind of patience because it's going to come later, not right now, right? Let's see. I'm gonna leave that there, but let's see. Any additional information here, Spirit? Any additional information here, Spirit, about what's going on? So we have, some of you may have children, and like you're kind of worried if it's gonna affect them, because you also may, like, some of you may be married with kids. Like that's what I feel from this. I feel like a full like family picture, and you're kind of worried that like you will be able to handle everything, and like it's causing like a little bit of anxiety. And that's for a message for a few of you, because you're like unsure if there is like, if you made the wrong call here. And this is definitely this energy of just feeling like some sort of uncertainty in decisions you made, because you're not like you want, it's because it's calling for long-term success. Like that's the thing, like this here with the Seven of Pentacles, there's this sense like it's going to come with later stability, but it's going to take a little bit more work, because this talks about long-term goals, and this talks about celebration. So there is going to be some form of success. It's just going to take longer than you want, like you would want it to. So let's see, what's the Seven of Swords here? What's the Seven of Swords about? Okay, so there's this sense of you kind of feeling cheated as well. Like there's this sense of you kind of getting like feeling you're getting the wrong end of the stick, and you feel like there is just all this negative patterns around here, and you're definitely in the sense of like grief, or like in like denial, because you definitely thought things were just going to go in a different direction, and it just didn't. But like I said, there is this chance of future success here. But let's see what the Seven of Pentacles in reverse is about. What's the Seven of Pentacles in reverse about? What's the Seven of Pentacles in reverse about? Oh. So definitely, okay, like okay, so there's this sense, like, reward yourself for how far you've come, because like I said, the Seven of Pentacles does talk about like doing the work to have long-term success, and there's a sense of you needed to like take a break for a second and just congratulate yourself for how far you've come, because you've definitely you've done more than other people have. And you're definitely starting a journey here. Then you're going to have some form of celebration here too, because you're working hard and you're doing the diligent steps. And there is this sense of you're going to get some breaks as well. So let's see. Any additional messages here, Sarah? Okay, yeah, because I was feeling that. Okay, so there's this sense of like, because you're so you keep thinking like you're not as far as you are. You don't realize that the people around you think you're doing like a lot more work than you are. Like the people around you want to help you, because they see that you keep like you're working hard, and that you're going down this path, and you are making those connections. But they also see that you're lost in about what you're doing, and they want to be there to offer you some form of support and lots of stability as well. They want to offer you lots of stability as well. Let's see. Anything else here, Spirit? Anything else? So yeah, like you're doing, like it's like you're doing all this work, and you're doing all this planning, and you're working hard, but you don't think you're working hard enough, and you're getting really tired of like thinking you're not working super hard, but you're doing all this hard work, right? It's like because you don't see the fruits of your labors yet, and I think spirits wanting you to know, like to like definitely just know you're working hard, and they congratulate you for how far you've come. Just it takes a little bit more time, definitely a lot of asking for more patience, and it's going to come to you when it's meant to come to you. So we're going to move the tarot cards, and we're going to pull from other decks. So we're going to start off with the Moonology card deck. So ancestors, angels, and my guides, ooh, please add to this message here today. What's going on in pile number 3? What's happening for pile number 3? For a few of you, may be having a new romantic cycle as well, but don't let pride get in your way, as well as like you may have some of you may be being bold and pursuing a new romantic connection because you're starting to release the past as well. So let's see, ancestors, angels, and my guides. Oh, that was a terrible shuffle. Any additional messages here, Spirit? Any additional messages here, Spirit? Any additional messages here, Spirit? Anything else? Okay, so we have expect powerful change. Though there is going to be a change in theirs, and what's going to happen? It's going to be like you like luck is on your side. There, like you had the Wheel of Fortune too. That represents luck. So there is going to be some form of success there, but you are being asked to like, be more patient and stay more on this path because you are being tested. Because you have to work through this like period here. So you're being asked to keep going down this path. Is going to lead to future success, but you have to keep working hard. And luck is on your side. You're going to get there. Just keep working hard, right? So let's see. Any additional messages here, Spirit? Any additional messages here, Spirit? Ooh, any additional messages here, Spirit? So we have at the bottom the Royal You. So this is all about embracing your uniqueness. It's about embracing the things that make you you. It's also a very heavy Aquarius energy in my belief. Every time I see this, this does give off this energy to some of you may have some empathic abilities or some psychic abilities as well. You have to take a deep breath. So this is all about just having a rest. But I also, when I have this, it's about like understanding you've come far and you deserve a timeout. Like it's so like you don't. Like you are allowed to have breaks and let it go. It's also about like healing your heart chakra and allowing for you to move past hurts of your past and move forward. Like the things around you don't always make up who you are right now. The power of purpose. You are like. I love that the Sagittarius card came up and this was a card too, and the Wheel of Fortune kind of has a wheel. So there's definitely the sense of you shooting the mark and getting some like a really big achievement of some sort as well. So let's pull from this deck here as well. So let's see. Ancestors, angels, and my guides. Please add some additional messages to this reading here today about what's going on here. Please add some additional messages about what's going on here. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have transformation. So you're definitely going through some transformation here, and there's definitely going to be a change happening to you. You have Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising, so you're definitely heading on the right path. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. Express yourself. Get out there. Some of you feel kind of lonely right now too as well. So like I said, there was a sense that people want to help you, but you're not really truly seeing them as well. So there is this sense of like, get out there, and there are going to be people who want to support you. You just have to allow them to be there for you and give you that support as well. You just have to voice it, and you just have to talk about it. And there are going to be people who want to be there for you and who want to be there within this transformation for yourself. Let's pull one romance card just like to see kind of what's any additional stuff here. So let's see. Ancestors, angels, and my guides. Just one card here as well. Anything else? Okay, so at the bottom there is treasure your loved ones. It's important to love others deeply. And I feel like I said this, there's definitely people who treasure you, want to be there for you and help you. For a few of you, there was a romantic cycle. There is going to be some form of romance heading towards you as well. They're going to be supportive of you as well. This person is definitely wanting to help you. This may be a partner already as well. This person may have like the be there love for language is like expressing gifts as well. So there is definitely some romance around you here as well. So let's see, ancestors, angels, and my guides. Any additional messages here about what's going on in this collective? So even like, let's say you're worried about like having this stuff because you're not sure if anyone's actually going to be there for you. There's definitely a lot of support around you. So the bottom of collaboration will lead to something of value. Definitely a lot of people want to support you in this goal and have you keep heading towards what you desire you want to do. You have pay attention to actions. Actions speak very loudly as well. So just like the more if number 2 comes up here too, I would definitely say there's a sense of like valuing. Taurus also runs the second house, which is all about like kind of just being very meticulous in some sense. So you have negative patterns lead to disconnection. Stagnation is a sign of detachment. So this like there's a sense of things not happening right away, and that's why you're kind of feeling like things aren't going as well. There's a sense of things probably like no, this November will be very important towards you. You have a big no here, but you also have resisting change will lead to negative repeating patterns, so definitely let go of this mindset and allow people in, because that will lead to rapid change. Yep, in the next few weeks, there's going to be a new journey for you to head into, but I feel like with this 12th house influence and this influence here, there's this sense of like you limiting yourself because you only focusing on the negative, and that's why you're feeling kind of these negative patterns here. You're being asked to be like to pay attention, because this is like just a negative pattern that you have sometimes that you definitely have to work on. And the thing that you could do is by collaborating with people who are there to be there for you, right? And like start like actually like planning your goals towards what you want to do, and like rely on the relationships around you, because they're going to be very helpful towards you, especially, right? Oh, sorry. So like there is that definitely this big sense of you working on yourself and what you truly desire and what you really need in life as well. So let's pull from this deck, and I think that's where we're going to be. So ancestors, angels, and my guides. Any additional messages here, please? Any additional messages here? Ancestors, angels, and my guides. Success. Success came up a lot. It's coming up a lot today. The situation will improve. There is definitely going to be changes here. But it's not right. Okay, there is definitely going to be like a big happy change from some success. From some success. But it's not going to happen right this exact second, because you have to work on getting more information, getting more out there, working on yourself. You need to trust in the divine. You have another no. I'm going to look into what the no is about. And because there is a sense of having compromises happening around you. And there is going to be, for a few of you, there's some form of forgiveness is coming towards you as well. Now another no. So let's see what the no is about. What's all this no energy about though, Spirit? What's the no energy about? What's the no energy about? What's the no energy about? Okay, so you have the Knave of Wands on the bottom. Okay, I think this has to do... Okay, so if you were trying to think of like someone from your past, okay, so there's this sense of like delays, things not being fully ended in a cycle. You're reminiscing on a past, not seeing what's in front of you. You're trying to probably manifest some karmic justice from a past connection that you definitely worked really hard on, and you reminisce on it. This person probably made you really happy, but you feel kind of stuck in them. Don't think about them. But that's probably a very specific few of you. That's just really like they've been big at the end there. Because there's definitely the sense that some of you may be in a very committed, strong partnership as well. And I feel that energy here too. So please do take where it resonates. But there was also a lot of letting go. So there's two collectives there, definitely. One where like a connection lost its passion because you guys, there was a sense of working really hard and things not really panning out to be successful. And there's definitely some karmic lessons being bought there. And like now you're being asked to move on and move forward. And that's for a few of you. Well, there was a sense of also like romance and being like really happy with somebody for another few of you. But I feel like for a very small percentage, it's that second one here. And most of you are like in this really happy, loving connection, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, but I think that's all I really have for your read pile here today. Thank you. If you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what's up. If you have any more ideas of what I should do for videos, just like let me know. Drop it in the comments. And yeah, you're gonna see my pajamas. But yes, thank you for being here. And thank you.